Good morning. Let's, on this Thursday, the last day that I do live feeds during the week. And so I have a topic twist this morning. I was getting gas in my truck and it made me think of a topic I wanted to address this morning. So as soon as Facebook gets us a little audience here, I'll begin and we'll talk about that gas station inspired topic this morning. So as people start to come in, be sure and announce yourself. Let me know that you're here. Hey, Mohawk Joe, good to see you, my man. All right, let's talk about this morning. I want to talk about time management versus energy management. I was getting gas in my truck today. I was filling my truck up. I drive an old pickup truck, and which is my preference. I love it. And I was getting gas in that truck this morning. And as I was filling the truck up with gas, I realized that we have a major fallacy. We get this idea that somehow we manage our time. We only have so much time. We don't really manage that time. What we should I think what we should instead focus on is managing our energy. Managing our energy. Sometimes my wife will say, let's take a drive. I say, I don't want to. I have to put gas in the truck if I do that. My truck doesn't get very good gas mileage. It has a limited amount of space I can drive on the gas that I put in it. And so I want to manage that energy in an efficient method or in an efficient manner. So let's talk about, I have 3 suggestions for you this morning that you start looking at your life not as a matter of time management, but instead as a matter of energy management. And so I have 3 questions that I give you this morning that I think have to do with energy management. Energy is the thing that you bring to the task. Somebody mentioned to me last night that I've had an exceptional amount of energy this week, and that's true. I have had a lot of energy this week, but the energy is the thing that you give to something. It's the thing that you bring to the table is energy, and that ability to be able to inject energy into the situation is what you do. I've been watching people sometimes that when they come in the room, they seem to suck the life out of the room. And there are other people that when they come in, they infuse life into the room. And that's basically an energy situation. So let's talk about energy management today rather than time management, because whatever you do is going to expend a certain amount of energy. So there's 3 questions I think you should ask yourself as you consider energy management rather than time management. The first question is not, do I have the time, but instead, do I have the energy? Because if I can't give it my energy, giving it my time isn't going to do anybody any good. It won't do me any good. I've simply wasted the time that I have. So I want to ask myself this question, not do I have the time for it, but do I have the energy for it? Will I be able to give it my best for the period of time that I am going to spend doing it? So do I have the energy for it is a better question than do I have the time for it. Second question, not how much time is it going to take, but how much energy will it expend? Not how much time will it take, but how much energy will it expend? Because if I can understand that this activity, this time that I'm going to spend, the time that I'm going to be involved in this thing, whatever that thing is, the time I'm going to be involved in that thing, whether it's a networking event or if it's a luncheon or if it's or whatever it is, the time I'm going to spend there, I have to put a certain amount of energy into that. Where am I going to recoup that energy from? And if I don't put a certain amount of energy into it, then is it really worthy of my time? That's the first question. Do I have the energy for this? Because if I'm there and I'm just occupying the space, then I'm communicating the wrong thing to the people around me, and they don't get any benefit from it, and neither do I. So I have to ask myself, first of all, do I have the energy? Secondly, how much energy is that going to expend, so that I might be able to ask myself the third question. Third question is not how am I going to find the time, but how am I going to recoup that energy? If I spend 2 hours at a networking meeting, it's taken 2 hours out of my day. But how much energy has it taken from me? How much energy has that removed, and how am I going to replace that? How am I going to replace that? I've got to look at my events, my activities, the things that I engage in from an energy standpoint, not just from a time standpoint. Because if I'm not giving it my energy, then I'm not giving it my best. So it's really important that we start looking at things not just as time management. Man, there's no end to all of the time managements and schedules and whiteboards and planners and all the junk that you can use. But if you're not addressing the time, it's kind of like my pickup truck sitting in the driveway out of gas. The reason why I bring that up is because the gas gauge doesn't work on my old pickup, so I fill it up once in a while, and I carry a little can around in the back because I've got to find out, how am I going to get home? Where's that energy going to come from in case something happens? So this is a different perspective today, but I thought it was really important that you understand that we're not talking about managing time. We're managing time and energy. The energy is the key to what you do with your time. Because if you're not giving it your energy, then you're just sitting there like the tank is empty. Nobody wants that. That's not your best. It's not their best. So you manage your energy, not just your time. I agree, Joe, that it's also is it positive energy or negative energy, but that's a topic for another day. But it is important to understand that energy is the thing that I bring to the table. It's the gift that I give, if you will, to the task. It's the gift I give to the people in the room. It's the gift I give to, it's what I bring. It's what I give to my clients. I give them energy. And if I can't give them the energy, then it doesn't make any difference if I give them the time. All right? So let's change the perspective a little bit. Let's begin to think in terms of the energy that I give to this rather than just the time that I spend doing that. Okay? So, thank you all for joining me. I have several people. Lee, it's good to see you. Mohawk Joe, it's good to see you on this morning. And Drew and Connie and Joanna and others who have joined us. This Michael, it's good to see you all. I appreciate you coming in and spending this time with me this morning as we talk about energy management rather than just time management. Thank you for your time today. I love you. I look forward to talking to you next week.